afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So the name's Metalman20. I hope you're doing great. So this is going to be a small video. I know you're probably wondering where all these other videos are, all these things I'm talking about with 1.0 and the whole big video with Final Boss. I still need to get started on editing that. The thing is, it's still taking a few days. I really want to make sure that my back is officially, like, to the point where I can sit for, like, at least a few hours and I don't feel a lot of pain. But in the meantime, a small little update came out. It's 1.01. So I wanted to make a fun short little video. By the way, this is really just going to be like going over what's in this. I'm not going to do anything big or special for it. We'll get to that. But for right now, let's go ahead and get started on this. But actually, before we get started with that though, I am really happy to say that my back is getting a lot better. I am actually feeling a lot better. I'm really happy about this, and I am so freaking ready! Woo! Okay, well, with that intro, jokes, they're great. So, I'm not gonna just, you know what, we already did the intro. It's over. So let's get started. Let's see what's going on with version 1.01, and let's go and see what kind of fun stuff we can look forward to and have in store for us. So, version 1.01, no fail mode, plus more. Hello there, what a crazy week it's been. Welcome to all of our new spinners. We're blown away by everyone's response to the launch. Now we've got a small patch we're pushing out before we take a bit of a break. The thing is, we're all heading interstate for a wedding, and then taking a couple of weeks off. So, without further ado, take a look at this awesome artwork. This was a picture that was done by U2E. And for those of you who might have been playing this game for a little bit now with 1.0, you can probably guess who that is. It's Lady J! Looking as good as ever. So Spinner Rhythm XD, and that's such a fun artwork. Like, U2E, honestly, if you check this video out, if you see this at all, I love it. You did a really good job, so thanks for that. Now, to look forward, we have features. Added, no fail mode and accessibility options. Want to slam through a track that's too difficult for you? Well, this mode allows you to play with full visual effects, rather than the muted practice mode background. And your leaderboard score will be locked to the score you achieved at the point of failure. So obviously if you fail, you can obviously keep playing. Just obviously it just counts the score to the point when you died. Because, of course, added gamepad control styles. Default. This is a balanced, more instantaneous response. Legacy. Pre-1.0 feeling with some wheel inertia. Or rotate stick. The wheel is controlled by rotating the analog stick. It's back! Now, I actually want to go and take a second to talk about this because I was able to play for at least, I had time earlier today, actually like the last hour or two, to finally get a second to actually start up the game and start playing. Okay, default. When they mean more instantaneous response, I actually like that. And for those who just use mouse and even like freewheel movement, I feel that would be very good because it's so much more just like, you don't feel like anything's really holding you back. Now, the way I am going to explain these things is it's gonna probably sound a bit weird. There's really no good way for me to explain this. It's really more just how it feels. But in my case, this is how I see it. So for default, and because of the fact I use the A and D keys to usually spin the wheel, and that's what it feels like, which is why before I even begin, I immediately switch to Legacy. So for default, it feels like there's nothing to really hold it back. And like what they mean, and I guess just what I mean by that is when I hold A or D, the wheel doesn't really stutter. It just spins in a complete simultaneous, just in one instantaneous motion. So it just keeps spinning very smoothly. Like it's a very smooth feeling. I mean, which is why when people use that gameplay style, probably like if you use the mouse to spin the majority of the time, or even just, you know, freewheel or using like turntable, all that, very smooth, very just, it keeps going, which just sounds stupid. Like I said, I'm terrible with this, I'm sorry. But it just is a solid movement. It doesn't feel like anything's holding you back. But with Legacy, when they mean some wheel inertia, the way that I see it, because the way I was playing it, it kind of, not I guess it just kind of stutters a bit. Like, it just kind of feels like something's slightly holding it back when you move. And for me, that's just because of how my control scheme works with how I play. That helps me keep control of the wheel. Because if I use the default, it's just way too difficult for me to like keep control of the wheel when I'm playing. So I'm consistently overspinning. Like, I'm over compensating. Like, I'm consistently misaligning myself every like 2 seconds. And it's just, honestly, it's almost kind of impossible for me to play. Which is actually why I love Legacy, because it's just helping me keep control of the wheel so I can keep spinning and doing my movements with the control, with the control scheme and spinning the wheel. And it's just easier for me in terms of how I control things. And that's, yeah. Rotate skit, oh man, I cannot talk today. Rotate stick. Obviously, I'm going to assume that's, of course, with controllers, because you use the analog stick. Spin, 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 spin. So that's probably, that's pretty much self-guaranteed. Removed burst compilation. Now this might have 4 ramifications. It's supposed to make code execute more smoothly, but it seems to have reduced stuttering and crashing issues for many people. So let us know if you feel any difference. Locked tracks now require a button press instead of an automatic animation. This is also skippable. You know what? I like that. It might seem like such a small thing, but in case you might, well, I don't know. Like for me, for example, when I had to unlock every single song, it was like a 5-second unlock animation for every song. So that's like 55 times I had to see the same animation, and it all adds up. So you know what? It's not. I like that it's there, just as an option. There you go. Added Whirlpool Remixed level by Programmatic. Play this chart by completing the XD difficulty for Whirlpool. And added tooltips. Actually, before I continue, shout out to Programmatic. One hell of a guy. Has made a lot of awesome custom charts over the years. As of a lot of other people. Which is why I love this community so much. Anyway, that's my opinion. Side to side, though. Bottom line, Programmatic's amazing. Makes amazing charts. You're going to want to check them out. Added tooltips. Hover over certain options to reveal explanatory text. More of these coming soon. Whee! Ooh, and it looks like we've got some polish. Some XD difficulties have been adjusted to better reflect their challenge level. Lovesick is now 26. Beyond the Heart is now 24. Ghost Ship is now 23. And Time is now 22. Adjusted SRTB honest links and hamburger menu to only recognize songbit URLs. Yeah, we don't want to be responsible for people embedding dodgy links. But I mean, you know, if people could just not do that, you know, not be shitty. It's really simple. You can now speed up all menu animations properly when using gamepads. Sweet. Background music will now be lowered when calibrating. And there we got some bugs. Not a fix, but we noticed a bug with track speed override, where it wouldn't properly enable unless you swapped to and from another track. We couldn't reliably reproduce this, so if you find a way to, please, let us know. And by us, of course, obviously the devs. Fix the bug where filtering by difficulty range could still put you into difficulties that should have been filtered out. That's actually, in terms of difficulty, I'm sure, obviously, if you're starting on easy, you don't want to get then dragged into a song that's on hard or expert, because, that would be one hell of a difficulty jump. So you know what? That's good. That's a good bug. That's a good thing to get taken care of, to get rid of that bug. And with that, we'll see you next patch. Join us on Discord. More about this game. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. I'm just gonna go ahead and rate that up. And there we go. That's it. That's the whole thing. That is what's happening at 1.01 for Spin Rhythm XD. Man! That was good. I liked it. I really hope I can start making videos after this weekend. Because, God, I need to do this. 1.0 has been out for like over a week now. haven't done jack with it. Freaking stupid back problems. Adulting is fun! Seriously though, I need to just use this as a PSA real quick. I hate to be that guy to end on this kind of note, but please take care of yourselves. I know that seems like a very obvious thing, but please eat healthy. Like, have some veggies, eat fruit. Dude, just please don't let your body get into a bad shape. It's not fun. But on a happy note, like I said, this was version 1.01. A pretty decent amount of cool stuff being added with this. And I hope you enjoyed. So, take good care of yourselves. Be as amazing as you can be. And I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. Freaking sign me up to 1.01. Ha ha. On a side note, sorry about the lighting, because it's either I have the like this where there's still light kind of pointing to the window, or I turn the lights on and then blind everybody. Get good lights.